Well, we just reached episode 200 right now. I can't even believe how far we've gone, but that doesn't mean we stop from there. We continue on to review more wrestling that's been out in the world. It doesn't matter where, if it's in Japan or Mexico, the US, Canada, or anywhere in the world. But right now, let's get started with this episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things that is pro wrestling from AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, matches, wrestlers, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So if you guys know now, we just reached 200 episodes. Now you probably say I should be celebrating. To be honest with you, I would have loved to have my friend Nico right next to me with this episode. Now, the reason I say that is because me and Nico, we've been friends when we found out we were into Bullet Club. We wear Bullet Club shirts. We followed the Elite, all the New Japan stuff. And when I told him I want to do this, he wanted to get involved. So basically, he looked at me as the brains behind this, and he was the guy who set up the camera, who knew the lighting and how the sound was going. I've always appreciated his input on that part. But of course, I miss having him because I like to hear his opinions on certain things when it comes when we watch like wrestling from AEW, the NXT, MLW, or the National Wrestling Alliance, or any promotion that we enjoy. We like to talk about it, like give our thoughts. It hasn't been the same for me without him. I mean, I know he's watching this, and if you guys probably ask me how is he doing, he is currently with training in with Fist Combat, which is a local promotion down here in San Diego. I've seen many of their shows. Pretty much, I don't know if they just had some event. He actually calls himself the Young Lion because he's in training, but his ring name is Sad Boy, which is kind of weird because it didn't make no sense to me when he was using that on his Instagram page. But hopefully one day he'll come back, maybe do a few episodes once in a while, depending on the topics we want to discuss. Like New Japan, I feel like I can have him with that input or something else. I don't know. We'll figure that out down the line. So at this point, let's talk. There's going to be reviews with, again, Japanese wrestling. So we got uh, four events with three promotions. We got DDT, Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling, and of course, Dragon Gate. So let's shut up right now and review all of them at this episode. All right, so let's start with DDT Pro Wrestling Ganbare Pro Conan the Great, which took place on the 10th of January. This was mostly they do these in a smaller venue, which is, well, Ganbare is a different type of sub promotion or something. They mostly have like in this one, if you guys are new to this channel, DDT Gambare, they mostly do shows like in a smaller venue, but they once in a while they'll do like intergender matches or however they want to throw it out, which is fine. I don't mind. It's a little good sense of pace with these guys. But the first match they had, it was a intergender match. We have Yuna Manase and Yumihiro um, Imanaru taking on the Halfi Moeka um, Haruhi and Sho Sakuria. I think, yeah, Sakuria. Yeah, that's his name. I don't know who these guys are, to be honest with you, because these are the first time I hear these names. I don't know how big their roster is in DDT, but to be honest with you, I didn't know who was gonna win, but I would just tell you anyway. It was Yuna Manase and Umehito, Yumehito, who actually won. which I was like, okay, it was okay. It was a okay match. Then we have a six-man tag. There are some names familiarized in this match. I'll tell you which ones. Yuma 24, Shido Tominaga, Yasu Uriano taking on Koika Wasaki, Shujito Katsumura, which I know that name, and Ken Oka. Now, this is a very interesting tag team match because I have seen the second team. I do know two of their names. These guys are one of the winner competitors that I've seen so far. But it was a good match. But like I said, like it's still getting used to who showings up in this type of event. So, but I'll tell you who won. That is Iwasaki and Katsumura and Oka. They actually won thanks to Katsumura's ways to winning. Now the next match is a women's match. Harukaze versus Asuka. No, not Asuka from WWE. If you guys think that's what it is, if you guys must know, that Asuka from WWE was known as Kana when she was in Japan. So don't forget that. Write that down. So yes, now the match was pretty interesting. What's her name? Karukaze. She wears a mask, which pretty cool. But I kind of had a feeling that Asuka was gonna win this match because I've seen her on several occasions, not only on DDT. I did recently saw her at Pro Wrestling 01. But I kind of figured the match was gonna go her way because she's like the total badass, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so she won this match, and then we got an interesting match. We have Kosuke Ishii taking on what's his name, Ikuro Hideka. Now Hideka, I have seen him on a few occasions. He made various appearances not only on DDT but also in Pro Wrestling Noah. It was a very hard hitting match. I did enjoy this one a lot. You know, it was a very good match. So Hideka actually won this one by great pinfall. But however, post match, from a previous match, what's his name? Katsumura actually showed up. Now there's no commentating in DDT from what I saw. Basically, I have a feeling that he's asking for a challenge against Hideka. Now, do I want to see that? To be honest with you, yes, because I have seen Katsumura many times. He seems like a good competitor with a chip on his shoulder, but I would like to see that. Now, the next match is a championship match. It's for the Independent World Junior Heavyweight Championship in a hardcore match. Now, this title was won by another guy named Shota, who he beat Asuka not too long ago. However, there was a woman who showed up. I don't know who she is, but if you guys must know, her name is Miss Mongol. So basically, it became a hardcore match for the title. Now, I asked myself, okay, this is very, very unusual. I mean, can't recall if any women in the States have done hardcore. I mean, okay, but the real question, intergender style in the hardcore match? Never. So it's like you gotta hold your breath on this one. But however, this one was very interesting. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure what to expect, but however, I had to say it was a really, really good match. So the match ended in Shota's favor, pinning. Now, however, in post match, he was giving maybe some sort of gesture to Miss Mongol to giving her props for taking him on. But however, it was not over for Shota. Now, Shota, from what I can tell, even though I don't understand Japanese, he seems like he's willing to fight no matter what. So one of the earlier competitors, Yasu Urano, shows up and he asks for a title shot. So this match became a standard regular match, and it was a very good one because I didn't think Shota was really capable of having two championship matches in one night from two different competitors. But it showed he had a lot of balls. But the match didn't go exactly for either man's way because it ended in a time limit draw. So basically, Shota still remain. Now, do I want to see this match again? I would say yes. So DDT, book it. So I think that's it now for this one. So let's go with Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling. Okie dokie. So we got Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling. If you guys aren't familiarized, if you're new to this channel, you probably ask, what is Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling? It's an all female promotion that is the sister company of DDT Pro Wrestling. So if you guys knew this, cool, you're on the page. If you guys are new and don't know what it is, then better catch up. Now, the first match, well, this one also took place in that very same venue, same day, on the 10th of January. So the first match was with Harisu Endo versus Yuki Aino. Now, I am familiarized with Yuki Aino because I've seen her on various matches with Tokyo Yoshi Pro. She seems solid, in my opinion. But the match was okay. I wasn't like expecting a lot, but in a part of me was telling me that Yuki was gonna win because I have been seeing her a lot inconsistently with Tokyo Yoshi Pro, and the result did. It ended that way, and of course, Yuki threw in a very nice sportsmanship to course to Arisu. Then the next match we have Sino Shiori taking on Maki Ito, who has been trying to recover from her loss against Miyu Yoshimita. It doesn't change anything for her. I know she's trying to get back on a high horse, taking on someone like Miyu. But however, it did ended up with her winning her match because I've seen her many times how she knows how to play the game. So Maki Ito won this one. Now the next match we had a tag team match. First team we got Pam Harajuku teaming up with Haraki Nao, taking on the Magical Sugar Rabbits, consistent of Mizuki and Yuka Sakasaki. Now, Yuka Sakasaki is great to see her again after she lost the Princess titles to Rika Tatsumi. She seems like she's in good spirits, but the match was pretty good in this one. This is one of the good matches I did like of this particular event. But however, who won this one? The real question is the Magic Sugar Rabbits. You probably ask yourselves, why would they name their tag team the Magic Sugar Rabbits? Don't ask me. I don't know. But it seems interesting. Roll with it. Sorry. So, anyway, next match, we had another tag team match. We have Haruno Neko teaming with Nodoka Temna taking on Hyper Misao and Shin Ultra Shoko, who I believe is Shoko Nakajima. This one was a very funny comedic story. If you guys don't know, Hyper, she is like a superhero, and now Shin Ultra is another superhero. Now, don't ask me if she is Hyper psychic. I don't know, but it was a good match. I enjoyed the whole superhero concept. It kind of brought me back to what's to when we first started getting into the Hurricane. And remember, there was Hurricane, uh, Rosie, the SHIT, and then later Mighty Molly and Stacy. I'm like, I missed that, but this was a little different. That I mean, it was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. However, the match had ended with the superheroes in this one. Sorry, I mean, it brought me back to that. I mean, it's okay to feel this way. You know what I mean? Now, the next match is another tag team. We have Suzume teaming up with Miyahari Miyamu, Miyaomi, taking on Moka Miyamoto and Yuki Kamifuko. Now this match was unusual because normally I see Yuki Kamifuko with another person, but however she's already her mostly partner has been busy with another person with another match. However, I did enjoy this one a lot because it did show a lot of character with a lot of these girls. Mostly, I have seen all four of them on various occasions. My thoughts: do I like this match? It was alright. So basically, answer the question: who actually won? Suzumi and Miraya Mia Maimu. She actually won this match. But however, post match, Mirai Miyamu Mayumi had a promo that she posted on the post match. Looks like she is gunning for the Princess of Princess Championship, which is like the top belt in in Tokyo Yoshi Pro. But however, like I said in previous with DD2 Ganbare, there is no English translation, no subtitles. But however, she did seems like she's interesting to challenge. No, no, she no. What's her name? That's not the Prince of Princess stuff. My bad. I screwed up. The Princess of Princess champion is Rika Tatsumi. The current Yuki, she is the international princess champion. So she wants that title. That's what I remember. Sorry, my bad. So she seems like she wants to face her for that title. Now, like I said, I don't know what they're saying in Japanese, but do I think there's a chance that she could face her? To be honest with you, it could happen. But we'll see what happens when more of this stuff comes out. Next match, which is the main event, we have a 6-woman tag team match. We have Up Girls Raku and Miyu Watanabe teaming with Nao Kakuta taking on Mahito Kiru, Miyu Yamashita, and Rika Tatsumi. Now, from what I can tell from the previous, you must know, Rika just recently won the Princess of Princess Championship, and she might be looking for a challenger, and the challenger she chosen was, in fact, Miyu Watanabe. This was a very hard hold match. Like, I'm a fan of Miyu Yamashita. She is trained as a in karate. You guys would be surprised. So that's why this match was so good because they hit so hard. It's so not vicious, but more like striking type. But the real question is, how does it end? Well, it always ends with the champion herself, with Rika pinning. Now, do I expect Rika to face Miyu down the line? Well, possibility because if she's looking for a challenger for her first title defense, then that's how I would say it would go. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one with Tokyo Yoshi Pro. So let's move on right now with 2 days of Dragon Gate. Okay, so if you guys know, we are with the Dragon Gate. So they just had 2 more days of the New York Gate. There are others, one I have seen on the first day, and then there's more coming soon, hopefully. So we got the one on the 12th of January. The first match is Team Boku, consistent of Ryu Sato and Bokutimo Dragon taking on Kenichiro Aria and Don Fuji. Now, Team Boku currently right now, they're down a man. Naori Kodoi, he's out on injury thanks to the suffering of Eita. So basically, Ryu Sato had to do all their skits that they normally do during the start of their matches. So it was a very good match. I did enjoy this because I'm a big fan of Team Boku with their ways of everything. And of course, Boku Timo Dragon, he just cracks me up that he is like a new version, like a not a spin off, but A bit of a different type of version than Ultimo Dragon, even though on the next one he actually teams up with him. Where I don't know if we can call it the Double Dragons, but we'll see. But Team Bogo picked up the victory, all thanks to Bokitumo Dragon. So basically, he's been taking much of the credit, winning the matches. Next match, we have a six-man tag team match. We have Yasushi Kanda teaming with Gamma and Masaaki Mochizuki and Ultimo Dragon, taking on members of RAD, Hip Hop Kuda, Hayo, and Kaito Ishida, and of course Eita. As you know, recently Red RED has been making headways, knowing the fact that they got what they wanted. They got rid of Toramon because they believe Toramon is a thing of the past. They need to be stopped and stop talking about them because they don't appreciate the past. But once again, in this particular match, it ended with Hio actually giving the low blow once again. He's been winning all their matches that way when the ref is not looking. So he thinks he's the tough guy that gets away with the wins. Next match. This one was a very unusual one. This one was Punch Tominaga of Team Boku taking on Kisuke Okuda, who is the current Open the Brave Gate champion. Now, Okuda has been trying to find out what is Punch's problem. Why is he gunning for him? If you guys must know, I'll take you back right now what's going on. When all the other units or factions were suspended because of the generational war, um, Punch and Kusuke Okuda were part of the Dragon Gate generation. But however, Punch left, joined Team Boku, and it kind of went in that direction. But the real question is, what's his problem? And he lost. He got knocked unconscious. Now, Okuda made it clear that he needs to let this go. That he didn't do anything to him. He didn't start a fight. So he just wants Punch to end it. So it ended like real fast, like maybe 4 minutes or so. But he looks like he got his lights knocked out of him. Next match, we have a six-man tag team match. We have Kagetora teaming with Sushi Kondo and Yamato taking on Dragon Kid, but also teaming with very unusual Masquerade, which consisted of La Estrella and the Open the Brave Gate Dream Gate champion Shun Skywalker. Now, Masato Yoshino gave warning to the other factions, with the exception of RAD. Do not recruit Dragon Kid. Now, I don't know why he had issues, but it looks Dragon Kid took offense to it. But the match seems interesting because normally Masquerade would work together. Currently, they're down a man because Dragon Dai suffered an injury. He will be out for months. But seeing Dragon Kid teaming with Masquerade was very interesting. I didn't expect it much, but however, it did help Dragon Kid and Masquerade to pick up the victory. But however, what happened in post match? He was talking to La Estrella, one of the members of Masquerade. No one knows who he is. No one knows where he came from. The real question is behind it. Is he Japanese? Because if you guys don't know this, Shun Skywalker spent a bitter part of 2020 in Mexico. He just took off and left and came back. Now, Dragon Kid was talking to him like he wants to challenge him or something. But the real question, did he understand what he's saying? So that to me kind of explains that maybe La Estrella is not really Japanese. I'm going to assume this, he's probably down, is from Mexico. Don't ask me why. I just had that distinct feeling. Now, the next match, this is more of a tune match for the following day's event. Natural Vibes reunite once again, consisting of Genki Origuchi, Suzuma Yokizuka, and KZ taking on RED, current champions of the Open the Triangle Gate, We have Kazuma Sakamoto, SB Kento, and Takashi Yoshida. Now, this is one of those matches where, okay, we're getting closer and closer to when they're be facing. Some, as you know, RED always has their guys right there to ensure they win, and that's what they've been doing. But however, there's been some misfires from RED, one from Yoshida, the other for SB Kento. So basically, because of these misfires, it allowed for Natural Vibes to win. So basically, we're expecting there could be a fallout. So Natural Vibes took the victory, but however, he did gave Yoshida did gave a warning to Natural Vibes. They may have gotten lucky, but he's telling them that maybe tomorrow it won't be lucky. They'll be out of their luck. But he did address to SB Kento that they need to be on the same page. Now he did have some problems with SB Kento from the beginning, a guy like him joining. So basically they're out he's saying we better get on the same page. That this whole misfired needs to stop. Which probably it would. Now, the main event for this particular day, it was for the Open the Twin Gate Championship between Masquerade members Jason Lee and Kota Minoura taking on RED, BB Hulk, and Kai. Now, months ago, we did had Jason Lee and Kota Minoura as the Open the Twin Gates champion, but however, due to Jason Lee being contracted with the COVID-19, the titles were vacant because of that, because there's a certain limitation where they have to be put on the line. And there was a match between whoever's going to win it and RAD's members, BB Hulk and Kai won this match particularly. But however, the match went in a different direction. Jason Lee was taken out outside of the ring. Now he was knocked unconscious, but the remaining members of Masquerade were trying to get Jason Lee back on track. But however, it did not go exactly in their way. Jason Lee is still wounded from being thrown outside and taken out. I mean, it was a good effort, but it ended with RAD members BB Hulk and Kai retaining the titles. So, but Kai did state that RAD is becoming more stronger and stronger, that no one is willing to beat them. So we'll wait and see what happens in the upcoming months, but the following day, it's just another story. So, let's move on to that particular day on January 13th. Okay, so we got Dragon Gate's New York Gate on January 13th. So its first match was Kagetora teaming with Kenshihiro Ari and Yasushi Kanda taking on Gamma, uh, Suji Kondo, and Don Fuji. It was a pretty good match. Not one of the best ones for me, but it was a good match. I'm not gonna lie, because all these guys are veterans. Majority of them are from during the time of Totemon, which is good. But however, the match ended with Gamma picking up the victory for his team. So Gamma, Kondo, and Fuji won their match. Now the next match was an interesting one because we have master and student. Um, Masaaki Mochizuko Zuki actually teaming with Kosuke Okuda, who were once his apprentice during the Mochizuki dojo times, taking on Red, Hion, and Eita. Now, if you must know, same old story again with Hio. Low blow. That's what he's been doing majority of the time, winning his matches with the low blow, believing this is going to help him win to get more recognition. But however, post match, once again, Okuda was attacked by Punch Tominaga. He can't let it go. We don't know what's his deal. And then it got restarted with Punch Tominaga. Okuda warned him, you got a match next. He set the team with Ryo Sato taking on the Dragons. But he let his pride get in the way, and the match was over in 11 seconds. Yeah, 11 seconds. So Okuda lost his first match and won his second in 11 seconds. But however, Ryo Sato tried to reason with them, saying, "What were you thinking? Why are you doing that? You know perfectly well we got a match." So, and this is the first time we see both Bokitomo Dragon and Ultimo Dragon teaming up. I have to say this was a good match because I'm a fan of Ultimo Dragon and also Team Boku. I was like, I have to say this is one of my favorite matches that I enjoy because seeing both of them. Now we can't call them double dragons or so, but it was great. But you probably guessed who won it. The Dragons won by using the same move how they finished. But however, post match, it appears that Ultimo Dragon would like to team up not only with Bokutimo, but with Ryu Sato and Punch. He's probably going to call them Punch Dragon, uh, Ryo Dragon, all dragons. I thought that was a great segment. I love it, but it was good. But I can't wait to see that. The next match we have all members of Masquerade with the exception of Dragon Dai, Estrella, Jason Lee, Kota Minoura, and Shun Skywalker taking on RAD, BB Hulk, Kai, Hip Hop Kukita, and Eita. Now, this match, once again, RED with their tactics taking on other members while the ref is not looking, using outside tools. It kind of went in their way to ensure they're trying to make a name themselves. They're happy they got rid of Toroman and they are willing to rule the world the way they want it. That's how it's always been with factions like this. So basically, Masquerade needs to get in full force or do something. That's the key part for them. The next match was a singles match between Dragon Kid and Yamato. The match was great, not to mention, I loved it. It was a great match, but however, it ended in a no contest with the sudden attack by RED. Now you ask yourselves, what are they doing in this match? It doesn't involve them. Now, if you guys don't know this, let me go back in time. Yamato was one of the members of Tribal Vanguard along with BB Hulk, and he also had Kai. Now, when BB Hulk left, he joined RED, and Kai later defected by betraying Yamato. So basically, Kai has some unfinished business with Yamato. And Kai is taking advantage of this because he has no one to back him up. It's still unclear if Yamato wants to reform his old faction known as Tribe Vanguard. It's still unclear. But however, Dragon Kid stepped up to team up with him to take on not only him, he wants to take Kai, but he asked for SB Kento. SB Kento was the reason that he lost the match. During that, losing unit will disband. So basically, Dragon Kid wants payback, and the match looks like it's going to happen. Now, the main event match was for the Open the Triangle Gate Championship between Natural Vibes, uh, Genki Horiguchi, Suzumu Yokozuka, and KZ taking on RAD members SB Kento, Kazuma Sakamoto, and Takashi Yoshida. Now, the match seems like it was going in RAD's favor, but once again, another misfire by SB Kento, taking on Yoshida, and it did allow for Natural Vibes to win their match. But however, Yoshida was demanding the other RD members to expel SB Kento. When he thought that things were going his way, it went the opposite. It appears Yoshida was out. So he is the one who's out of RAD. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, he needs help, and he calls an old friend of his, Masaaki Mochizuki. Now, he asks him if he can train him, but he's like, you're 17 years in wrestling. I can't teach you. But I think he feels like he needs guidance, like he needs to get back on the high horse to win his matches. So I think that's a good thing. So he accepted. Now, as for Natural Vibes, they seem like they're happy they finally once again. But however, the real question is, are we going to see new members? Because, as you know, Punch Tominaga, who was a member of Natural Vibes, is currently with Team Boku. Our brother Yashi cannot join due to his other commitments that he has. So practically, they have to find newer members to join. And I'm kind of interested to see that. This is going to be a good, and they're going to hold auditions soon to have who will join Natural Vibes. So I think that's it for now for Dragon Gate and all the other Japanese promotions. So stand by for the next episode, which is the 2 days of New Japan Pro Wrestling's The Road to New Beginnings. And then we got more Japanese wrestling, then Tuesday Wrestling, Wednesday Night War. However, I will come up. I'm trying to catch up with everything I can. So I must bid all of you guys adieu. So goodbye. Mwah, and have a nice day. Bang!